Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cheryl, and today I'm here to bring you the It's Not You, It's Me book tag. Now, I was tagged by Robin over at Birdie Reads. I will leave her channel linked down below, as well as the original creator of this tag down below. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So question number 1 is a popular book that others love, but you just can't seem to finish. And I chose Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins for that. Now, I've talked about this briefly on my channel before, but I actually DNF'd this book a little more than halfway through. I waited about 7 years in between Catching Fire and this one, so when I was reading it, I had forgotten, like, basically everything. I don't know why I decided just to hop right into it, but I did, and I just ended up DNFing it. I couldn't finish it. I do hope to one day reread the series from the beginning and see if I can, like, pick this one up and enjoy it a lot more, because, like I said, I was not invested whatsoever in these characters. I didn't remember half of them. I didn't remember what was going on. And so, yeah, I would like to pick this up again. But as of right now, a book that I know a lot of people love that I just couldn't finish. Question number 2 is a popular series that you have no intention of reading. So I chose The Vampire Diaries for this one just because I'm pretty much past my vampire stage. I am participating in the Vampire Academy read-along, hosted by Maddie on the Book Pushers channel, as well as 1 or 2 other people, I believe. I'll have links to that Goodreads group down below. But overall, I'm just not really into vampires anymore, and I've heard very mediocre things about the Vampire Diaries. But I know overall it is a pretty beloved, especially nostalgic series here on BookTube, and I just don't really feel like picking it up ever. So question number 3 is a series you started but have no intention of finishing. Big surprise here, and that's going to be The Selection by Kiera Cass. If you've ever heard me talk about this book before, you know I didn't like it, and I have read the first 2. Don't plan on finishing the original trilogy by reading the 3rd. Don't plan on reading the 2 weird spin-off books following different main characters. Yeah, nothing about this series interests me, so I have no intentions of finishing it. So question number 4 is an author you've not read from yet. And I've chosen Colleen Hoover for this one. I have not read any Colleen Hoover because I'm not a really big contemporary person, so I haven't read a lot of contemporary authors, but given how problematic her books tend to be in terms of, from what I've heard at least, obviously I've not read them, in terms of romanticizing abusive relationships, romanticizing abusive men, and just people in general, like painting really controlling, aggressive relationships as healthy. Just not my cup of tea. Really, that's the reason I haven't wanted to pick up her series or her books before, because I don't want to read about those, plus I don't like contemporaries to begin with. So yeah, I have not picked up Colleen Hoover, and I don't know if I ever will. So question number 5 is a genre you don't plan to go back to at the moment. Now, I've not ever stopped a genre, except for maybe paranormal, so I don't really have a genre that I'm planning to, like, come back to, because I read a pretty healthy mix of many genres. Mostly fantasy, but I do throw some other genres in there occasionally. So question number 6 is a series you finished but didn't like the ending to. Now this one, I didn't hate the ending, I just didn't particularly care for it, and that's The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. I didn't hate this ending. I thought actually for a series it wrapped up fairly well. There weren't really any loose ends left. My issue was how quickly and how conveniently everything wrapped up. This book series spent 3 books trying to get, to get its shit together to save the world, and then in 1 book everything got fixed. Now I do know it was like an 800-page book, and because of the way the series is set up, where each book follows a different main character as a retelling of a fairy tale, obviously she would have had to do a lot more work if she split the last book into 2, because she would have had to come up with another character and another story and to see how that one ties in. So I get why she didn't, but it felt like this series, like I said, just wrapped up really conveniently, and everything was perfectly fine in the end really quickly. And it just, for as much as the tension and everything was built up in the first 3 books, it felt a little disappointing. So question number 7 is a book or series you want to read but just haven't had the motivation to. And for me, that would definitely be Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. I read the first book. I read the first 100 pages of this, put it down. We'll have to reread that first 100 pages to know what was going on in this book. These books are so dense. Like, I am impressed by anyone who has ever finished them, because they are just so dense. They're not easy books to read. They're interesting and well, I don't know if they're entertaining. They're interesting and they're good reads. I don't think he has a bad writing style. It's just very, very dense. There's no really another word for it. And so it's just hard to get the motivation to pick up these books because I know it's going to be a task to finish even one of them. Plus, they're really long, and I have the mass market paperback. This mass market is like about 1,000 pages long. So question number 8 is an author that you don't have any plans to read, and I definitely could have put Colleen Hoover here as well, but for sake of diversity on my channel and my answers, I'm going to say Jennifer L. Armentrout. I have not read anything by her. I know she has the Lux series, which some people say is fantastic, some people say is ridiculous. So I just have no real intentions to pick up her books. I'm hesitant to say with like 100% certainty that I'll never pick up her books, because maybe I will one day. But as of right now, I just don't really have any desire to. You're gonna fall down and you're gonna claw me up. Question number 9 is a novel you have no intention of reading. Once again, I am hesitant to completely say one way or another that I'm never gonna read a book or a genre or an author, but I will say that I just have absolutely no intention of reading Lolita, the classic. I don't even remember who it's by. Not only does this book deal with pedophilia, which as a whole is a very uncomfortable subject, but I also don't like classics, and I've heard actually from many people that this book is fairly boring, honestly, so I just don't like classics. It's an uncomfortable topic to begin with, and it's boring. I just don't really have any desire to pick that up. And I probably won't. So yes, that was the It's Not You, It's Me tag. I'm going to tag a few channels, and links to all of these channels will be down below. I'm going to tag Books and Things, Brews and Reviews, and Possibly Literate. Like I said, all of their links will be down below. All 3 of them are fantastic channels. Check them out if you have not already. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media. Links will be down below as always. You get to see cute little pictures of this guy if he doesn't jump away from me again. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!